Battered but not broken. I may rage quit YouTube after this. Look on the face says it all. I think there's probably some blood up there. Knuckles beat up, face beat up. But headers are on. Alright, what's up YouTube? What's up Hammerheads? Vanhammer HP! Craig coming at you. Go Niners, baby, 6-0. Alright, baby, it's time. It's time. Headers are going in. Yeah, we're going to see how this goes. Never done this before. I'm not really going to bring like an install video on this because, man, even my easy install videos end up pretty long. So imagine how long a header install video would be from me. So that, and plus, since I've never done this before, I just really want to concentrate on what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. Not worry about, you know, did I get that shot or did I get this or that or whatever. Pypes headers, the stepped headers, 1 3/4 inch to the 1 7/8 inch. We're gonna put in the Pypes high flow cats on there. And we're just gonna see what happens. All right, so what I'm gonna do here is just kind of bring you just short little steps of kind of what I'm gonna go through. We'll come back here and there as I get stuff done and kind of just show you, you know, where I'm at in the process and everything. So right now you see she's in the garage. We haven't even jacked her up yet, but we got some stuff to do here on the inside. We're going to take off the strut tower brace. We're going to disconnect our battery, pull out our air intake box just because it's easy. You know, just undo these clips, loosen it up here. There's one bolt that holds it in. We'll pull it out and get it out of there. Then we'll come down in here. You'll see down there by the AC line, I don't know if you can see it, but we can reach some bolts down in there for the motor mounts. We'll get those down in there. And then also on that side, we got some extensions to get down in there. Loosen those up, get those off. Then we're going to come back. We're going to jack the car up. We're going to get underneath. We're going to make sure our steering wheel's locked. Get under there, disconnect some of the exhaust there. Then unscrew you know, the cat connections. We also may do that from up here. I think you can reach those. We'll unscrew those cat connections, and actually I don't have any cats down there. There's some pipes down there, but we'll get rid of those. And then I don't know what side yet I'm going to start on, driver's side or passenger side, but you know, one side we got the starter, the other side we got the steering, this steering box or whatever that we'll have to disconnect. And of course we got to remove the motor mount plates, and then we'll start working on them headers. All right, well, I'm gonna get started. I'll come back after I finish a few steps, kind of show you where I'm at, and hopefully sometime in the near future we'll come back with a complete install of these pipe headers. And then, okay, so here's what we got done so far. We got our intake box out, disconnected the battery, strut towers off. You can see we took off the bolt for the top of the motor mount there. We've loosened it all the way on this side. Man, it's a tight fit down there. It's hard to reach down there. That's not going to be fun. We're ready to jack the car up and start taking stuff off underneath. And all right, guys, gotta show you something, because this was different. First of all, to get to the top, this top bolt here, I couldn't come from the top down. So what I did was I fit the socket and the extension on from here and fished it up, and then went up there and loosened it. So that worked for that. Okay, your starter. You undo your wires here, and if you watch other videos, there's supposed to be 3 bolts to take out. Well, I don't know if this is different because I got a 19 or a PP1 or what. But anyway, this stud is right here. It holds it on the bottom. And then, see this bolt right here, it's moving. It's right here. It holds it on the top. And then your starter comes out. So that's different than what I've seen in other videos for S550 header removal. So anyway, just wanted to show you all that. That's where we're at now. We're going to come in here and take the motor mount bracket off, and then go from there, and then we'll start trying to pull this header on this side. But anyway, just wanted to show you that little difference there than what I've seen in other header install videos. We'll catch you back here in a bit. Okay, holy moly. Bracket motor mount out here. The bracket, okay, you can only see three places for it. 1, 2, and 3 back here, but there's actually a 4th right here on the back side that I didn't find out until later. So I would take this one out before you took out this top front one. These 2 are bolts, these 2 are studs, and like this pin's up there that holds that, and then there's a wire back here that attaches to the stud back here. But anyway, this is hard to reach back here, this one, and is a pain in the ass. These are in there good, and that is a pain in the ass to reach. It's going to be a challenge to tighten that one up. This one was actually easier, but it's going to be a challenge to tighten that one up as well. So, but anyway, yeah, now finally we're on to removing that header, the other challenge. So it looks like you can get to, you can get to all those bottom ones pretty easy. That one at the first one at the top is gonna be tough, I'm sure, but yeah, we'll see what we can do though. Oh my god. Alright, if you can see, it's dark outside. And I just now got the first header off. Take a look up there. There we go. That was a son of a bitch. If you notice, all the studs but one are out. I raised this motor, I lowered it, I raised it, I lowered it. I could not get the header out of there with the studs in it. I could not. I did everything. I wiggled it. I raised the motor, wiggled it, lowered the motor, wiggled it. I could not get that header out of there with the studs in. So I had to take all the studs out except for that one, which we're leaving anyway. I had to take them all out to get the header out. My original plan was, because I've seen some people do it, I've read that some people do it, even the instructions for Pypes says you can leave the studs and reuse those. You can leave them in there, but I could not for the life of me get those get that header out with the studs in there. So anyway, it's out now. We're gonna clean it up. We'll probably run our bolts through those holes, see how they fit. Hopefully they fit. I would assume that they would, but you never know. Anyway, and we'll try to get this header. It's pretty late. Looks like I'm probably only gonna I have to get this header done though, because I don't trust leaving this motor supported by the jack and everything overnight. So I want to at least get this header in and get the motor mount and all that, put all this side back together. That way I can let the motor back down off this jack. And we'll probably hit up the other side tomorrow. This is the passenger side, which I'm pretty sure everybody said it's supposed to be the harder side, but now I got an idea of what I'm doing. Maybe it'll be a little easier on the next side. Some of them, man, you have to have the exact right angle. You have to have the exact combination of extensions or no extensions, or short bolts or short socket, long socket. It's just, oh, it is a mess, man. It is a mess. All right, done wasting time. Let's get after it. Day 2. I don't know if we're gonna get this done, people. Yeah. So the passenger side header's out. Was out a long time ago, and I couldn't get the other one in. Well, we got it in once, but I couldn't get to the back 2 top bolts for nothing. So we reinstalled the factory studs in there and was trying to get it in there with those studs in there. It ain't working. But I got an idea. You know, we had the jack supporting the engine and stuff under there, and I think I had it a little too close to the cross member there, and so I really think I couldn't jack the car up as high as I was supposed to get them on there. And to fix it, I was gonna have to go backwards, and I was gonna have to put the motor mount back on and all that kind of good stuff, and I really didn't want to do that, so I just messed with it and messed with it and messed with it and messed with it, trying to figure out a way to get it all on, and nothing worked. So ended the night last night around 3 o'clock this morning, went ahead and put the motor mount back on that passenger side, dropped the motor back down. We're going to adjust our jack today. Maybe get it to where we can get about a 1/2 inch more or so clearance there, and maybe they'll go on. Kind of wish I would have not wasted so much time and just saw that I had that problem that I was having, and just said F it and come back to it today. But in the meantime, instead of jacking with it, I got the driver's side header off, is what I wish I would have done, but I didn't. So we're in for another long day today. Yay. And we gotta get it done today, so we'll see what happens. Yeah. Haha, look at that. Driver's side header on. She's not on all the way, but she went on over all the factory studs there. All I gotta do is when I gotta lower the motor a little bit so it fits on right, but it's on. That was that side. I had a little trouble with the steering U-joint. It wouldn't come loose very easy, and then I got out from under and then went back under, and then it just popped off. Like I messed with it for like 20 minutes and it would not come off. I got out from underneath the car, got back under there, and it was like I touched it and it came right off. Anyway, so driver's side, way easier. But yeah, let's see if I can shed some light on it. Oh yeah, buddy, look at there. So, man, we've jacked with this side over here all last night. I'm hoping, you know, reposition the jack. I think I got the motor up just a little bit more I'm hoping she pops right in on the passenger side, or oh man, or I'm probably in for a much longer day. Anyway, so last time I came to you guys, it's about 8:30. I don't even know what time it is now. Lucas, what time is it? You don't know either. Battered but not broken. Spirit's probably broken. Spirit is broken. I may rage quit YouTube after this. Look on the face says it all. I think there's probably some blood up there. Knuckles beat up, face beat up. But headers are on. I don't know if I can give Pypes props on this one. Not for fitment anyway. So let me show you what we did here just real quick. Issues that we had. So I thought driver's side was going to go on awesome, right? Because it fit with all the studs, all the OEM studs. But right back here, if you can see right here, you'll see that we had to use a bolt. Anyway, the pipe is so close right there that you couldn't put the nut on the OEM stud there. So we had to go with a bolt in there. But that bolt's too close, you can't put a socket on it. So what I did is I found a way to tighten it. So I started tightening it, but then I quit because it sucked. And I tightened all the other ones. Well, then that brought this pipe closer to the engine and I couldn't reach it. So then I had to go back, undo them all, let the headers lean, so then I could go in there and do it about a quarter turn at a time. But once I got that one was good. And driver's side was good. So just lessons learned. I don't know what, because I don't think I'll ever do this again. This side, you'll see that we have bolts all along the bottom. So this side, you cannot use a bolt on the top one on this side. You can't reach it. You cannot use one on this side. If you're able to, on these first two, you're a magician. So anyway, so the plan was to keep all studs in at the top. There's not enough room, man. Not enough room, and that's what we battled with forever. So then, anyway, while we were doing that, we figured we couldn't put them all with the studs across the top. So what we did is I left the studs in this two, because these two were the impossible ones to get bolts in. We left the studs in there. We were able to get the nuts and tighten them down. And then we we left the studs in these three. That's what we did. We left them in these three. I couldn't get it in that one and in these three. So I took that one out. There's a bolt in the top there and then bolts all across the bottom. But what we figured out is if you have the engine at the right spot, the motor, you can pull it. And that's what we had to do. I had to get somebody on the other side to pull the engine that way. That way I could fit, and I could almost get that one. I could almost get all four studs across the top, but I just couldn't do it. And part of it's probably being weak and tired from working on all this. So we ended up taking that out, and I got these three in. And then we used those bolts. But they're in, baby. Now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this, because it's too short. I think you can loosen it at the top and let some slack through. We gotta lift our motor back up just a little bit, get our motor brackets back on, get our starter back on. Gotta get busy, man. Got the headers in. We gotta get everything put together. All right. Check it out, guys. Boom! Them high flow cats. They're in. we are done under the car. Except for one thing, I gotta plug that up because we ain't using the back cats. Oh no. Let's see. Got them in. But we're not gonna be able to do anything because of this right here. The front O2 sensor. The wire they give you, the extension, is not long enough to go all the way up there. So we gotta get a long extension. The other one should be good. I gotta go get the extension and then plug it up. But yeah, all we gotta do is put the top side together after we put this bung in and clip up that, or hook up that 102 sensor. Bam! 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 Oh my God, I'm so fired. We'll come back when it's all together. All right, hammerheads, done. Done. It is almost 11 o'clock at night, 10:45 on day 2. But we got her done. The only thing we're missing is passenger side O2 sensor wire. They don't give you one long enough to hook it up, so I gotta get a longer one or get another one to go with the extension that they gave us. We're all hooked up. See our headers down there. Now I do have a concern. We got all this down here. Oh, let me tell you something else. If you get these pipe headers, you have to put that motor mount nut on while you're under the car because you can't do it now with the new headers. And so you got to get under there and shorty ratchet it and get it on there good. But this is my concern right here. Look at that. The header is touching that AC line there, or whatever that is. And so I have seen where people have had custom headers, and the headers are like that, and you know, it's gonna wear, and the vibration and stuff, it's gonna bang, and so what it can do is give false knock readings. You know, when you data log and things like that, and you're trying to set that stuff up. So, there ain't, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I can research something to do about it. I don't know. Maybe I got to go back up under there and maybe loosen the motor mounts and see if I can push the motor over just a tad. I don't know, but that's the way she's staying tonight because I can't do anymore. So I'm not gonna leave you with a startup yet. We'll come back when we're ready for that. But anyway, it's been a hellacious 2 days. Hellacious 2 days. Special shout out to my neighbor Mitch. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have got this done. You need 2 people to do this, and I did the majority of it by myself, but he came over, spent a couple hours with me, helped me move some things so I could get to some things, and that was key in me finishing this. So love you, Mitch, good neighbor. Anyway, I'm freaking done. It's done. It can be done. So, like always, drop the hammer. Peace. Do it.